so Roblox is a cool platform, and before it went really corporate, it always had cool little events that shockingly were actually made by Roblox. You know, instead of some weird event with some random shopping center, or an unofficial one that would have literally dozens of copies of popular limiteds. Sans dominance. But these events were actually unique. They have a soul too. But what were those events? And by events, I mean Christmas events, of course. But besides events, there were also important things that happened. Some nostalgic, some forgotten, and some that you might actually want to forget. But besides that, they were all some way related to Christmas. So today, we're gonna dive into these things and see how they managed to shape the Roblox we know today. Now, during 2007, a year after Roblox was created, an event spawned in, right around Christmas, that being Giftsplosion. Now, Giftsplosion centered around, you guessed it, gifts, and these gifts had certain requirements, and you would automatically receive it if you met said requirements. Or you could always use Roblox to provide gifts. And if you bought the gift, guess what? You would get a gift box as a hat. Neat, right? Neat, right? Nah, I'm kidding. Of course, they wouldn't just sell as a gift box as a hat. Would they now? I don't know, but if you bought it or have the requirements, you would automatically get a neat hat or an accessory or a sparkle time fedora. Yeah, if you didn't know somehow sparkle time fedoras, well, let's just say they ain't cheap. But they would give you this fedora for just under 300? A surprise yet? Well, fun fact, they released a flipping Dominus! Well, it ain't really cheap or easy to get since you gotta DevX it to get it. And the cheapest amount you could DevX is, yeah. Or you can, you could buy it with the very low price of 50,000 Robux. But for what it's for now, I can't really blame them. And it's a flipping Dominus too, what else could you want? That's crazy, you know? But for me, I'm just sad I didn't get the Christmas baseball hat for free. I just like the baseball cap series, don't judge. But anyway, the tradition continued on until 2015. When Giftsplosion died, there was no actual reason on why, from what I've heard, but yeah. Although it ended there was another event to replace it. That was called Holiday Giveaways. The gifts were free too, yeah, there was no requirements, but the gift boxes would leave your inventory though. But when it did, you would get prizes, like usual of course. And it was only until 2016 to 2017. Until finally, the gift-giving seasons of Roblox finally ended. Did I say finally 2 times? Now, you may or may not have heard of the quote "Blame John" before. The John the quote is referring to is John Chaletsky, aka the person who was once referred as a god to the Roblox community in the early years of Roblox. But how did this quote came to be? Well, it happened because of Christmas! Well, kinda. And yes, this is somehow related to Christmas, and I'm not going off topic here, trust me. So there was this gear, Bagel Christmas Seeds, which was released in 2009 for about 15 Robux. It spawns seeds which will grow into trees. Really fast. But then this user, Blocko, commented, "Wow, now Blocko was talking about how laggy it was because it used whales or something, I don't know. I ain't no dev. But look at the modern Roblox client. Seems alright, ain't it? But that's because the client has just improved and overall just been better over the years. Now look at this Roblox video from 2009.
Okay, let's not make that mistake again. Maybe we can jump.
See the difference yet? Nearly everyone could agree the gear just sucked, and then XLeoX, now known as Strawman, who was a Roblox staff, commented, "Hey, I just thought about the gear, I didn't make it. blame John. And that's how the quote came to be. Before this, it was already commonplace to blame Cheletsky for everything in general, since he was like very high place in the Roblox stuff, and overall just very popular by the community. And now they actually have an official quote to use, so it stuck. It was often used when something bad or good happens. So yeah, if anything good or bad has happened to you, you know what to do. So during December 20, 2013, Roblox uploaded a new hat called the Holiday Crown. And yes indeed, it is still related to Christmas because it has holiday in the name. It was released in December and has ornaments and Christmas tree leaves, vines. The description says the lower branches of the tree, but I have no idea what is that. Anyway, for a few years it just existed, like it wasn't a special item or anything that only comes around during Christmas. It was just there. But then Roblox had a big smile on their face because the sales they had were through the roof. And why, you may ask? A specific trend was trending at the time, and it was known as the salad hairs. The trend usually had the player looking like an average role player, which at the time was cool. And by role player, I mean have demon wings. It's evil, nice, angry, sad, mad. Oh no, how scary. But anyway, they usually look like this. Cool, right? Then they were also really simple, with the only thing that's usually part of the trend was the holiday crown itself. And dang, the salad hairs were a lot more common than slenders or CNPs back then. I must have saw at least one back then.
Dude, I swear if Freddy Fazbear tries to sell me insurance again, I'm gonna scream.
And since my oldest account was from 2019, I remember thinking these were actually nice. Since I was a kid back then, I didn't know what was bad about them. But apparently, they were the avatars of olders. Man, seeing the avatars were actually kinda nostalgic. I say kinda because 2019 was the year it died, so I didn't really see it that often anymore. But finding that they were the avatars of olders made me kinda sad. But again, I say kinda because they died in 2019, so I didn't see them a lot anymore. But overall, I guess it was for the better. Although there was that huge problem, next time you see these guys again, from somewhere, anywhere at all, just remember how goofy they were and laugh about it. These three things are what we used to know as Roblox. And even though it's not really that relevant anymore, let's just try to remember them to keep the memory alive. Except maybe the purpose for the salad hairs. But just remember trend, but not what it was for, and you should be alright. Well, that's all I want to share, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.